Hi guys, welcome to this video. My name's Tabassum from Beautiful Coaching and I'm a self-esteem, self-mastery and success coach, and I'm just going to share this video, so just bear with me just a moment. Great, thanks for waiting for that. So today I'm speaking about something really important. As always, I am talking about the healing crisis, and you may wonder what the healing crisis has got to do with emotional mastery, and I'll go on to explain that towards the end of the video. But if you have ever experienced the healing crisis, you may be aware of what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to go into it and kind of explain what the physical symptoms of a healing crisis is and how that relates to emotional mastery. So a healing crisis is basically called a Herxheimer reaction. That's the official name for it. So what really happens in the body is that when we have a stress response of any sort, or a physical stress response, toxins, basically cortisol is released in our bodies, and often the toxins from that cortisol release are often stored in the liver, right? And your body tries to eliminate those toxins at a faster rate than can be properly disposed of in the body. Okay, so the more toxicity that you usually have in the body, the more severe the detoxification and therefore the healing crisis. So there is a temporary increase in symptoms during a healing crisis, and you may have seen this when it comes to like colds. So when often people are like really sniffly, really bunged up, have got a cough and a very sore throat, it's usually because they're already in the healing phase, but they'll say they just feel really rough and they've just got this cold. They've had it for a week, so the virus has been within them for a little while, and therefore the healing stage is now where everything's coming out. So you may begin to feel worse, and like you might conclude that, well, this treatment that I'm taking isn't working, or if you're doing a detox you might think, well, that's not working. But basically the signs and reactions are instead signs that the treatment is actually working. The body is going through a process which may be mild or severe, just depending on your reaction. So sorry, just got my notes, I'm just going to pop those there. So a healing crisis in everybody's body system works really differently, but the main key thing to understand is it's basically to eliminate all your toxins through all the channels that it can find, basically, and set the stage for regeneration. Now, some people have a healing crisis and they'll exhibit different things in different parts of their body, and that just depends on where you have the most bacteria present for your particular body, or and the stronger the cleansing reaction for that particular crisis. Now, sometimes some people have a significant amount of endotoxins, and that's toxins of the actual bacteria itself. Okay, so that can really build up, and particularly when it comes to certain things, when people go on liver detoxes or juice detoxes, they tend to experience a lot of the healing crisis. So how does this relate to emotional mastery? You must be thinking, okay, well, that's great information, but how does this relate to me? The key thing is that in emotional mastery, it works exactly the same way, and you also get a healing crisis. And I think one thing that people don't understand is that even your emotions, it has a chemical and a hormonal reaction in the body, and as a result of that, you will always have toxins released into the body, and they need to go somewhere. So recently I've had some amazing results with my clients, as you may have seen the show post earlier, but a lot of my clients are experiencing the healing crisis and were just like really taken aback because they didn't expect it from the emotional side. I myself went through a healing crisis when I was having coaching, and I was making great breakthroughs. I would feel very tired and fatigued. I have a history of kidney issues, so I would have a lot of like pressure on my kidneys. I'd feel like I just needed to drink a lot of water and just rest. I would feel very achy, my head would be all fuzzy, and this is really normal reaction to having emotional mastery coaching, one-to-one coaching. The reason that is because it brings about past conditions in whatever order the body is capable of doing that. So people often forget the things that they're used to. So for example, and I'm going to use myself as an example, when I used to get quite stressed, I used to get quite low blood sugars, and therefore like I used to have a big drain of energy. So fatigue is something I suffered with for a really long time, and that is one of my kind of healing crisis modes that I go into when I'm having a healing crisis. Now, had I not been advised that I was having a healing crisis, or I may have a healing crisis, I don't think I would have been aware that's what it was. I would just have thought I just keep on getting really run down, or really under the weather, or really unwell. the great thing is about this is that usually it can be quite exacerbated for 2-3 days and then it starts to clear. Now for some people it lasts a lot longer. That usually exhibits or is an example of how much toxicity is in you. Now that's not to say that you have emotional toxicity or a toxic person, but it's how much you've held on to with your emotions for a certain number of time, and then how that's affected your body. Some people will release certain things, and the detox stuff, the healing crisis kind of comes out of their body quite quickly. Some people just hold on to that emotion and it sits in their body, and this is why emotional mastery is so important. Because if that holds onto your body, you can imagine over time that will genuinely just do damage to the body. And a lot of people talk of like mood swings, feeling really nauseous. They have like crazy emotions when it comes to fear. They start to have flashbacks. That's a really common one. Again, they feel really, really tired. If they suffer from arthritis, then their joints might start to hurt a little bit. This is all totally normal. So what can you do is the question. Hey, thank you for watching. There's a few things that you can do, and a few things that I advise my clients to do, especially when we're having one-to-one coaching, is firstly drink lots of water. And I always advise this, especially in this weather, you should be drinking loads of water, flush out those toxins anyway. But if you're having coaching, try and drink as much water as possible. It really does help to just kind of like, our bodies are made of 70% water, so it kind of really helps to with the systems to help eliminate it. So this also helps to flush the toxins out of your body. There's other things that you can do that will help your mindset. So there's meditation, there's EFT. Some people already go for acupuncture before they've even had coaching. Acupuncture is the reason people have acupuncture is, yeah, exercise is a great one. Acupuncture is usually something that people choose because, again, that just releases the pressure in certain points in your body. So it's the meridian points in your body. That's a really good one. This is why, like, when people have cupping or massages, like deep tissue massages, they often feel really, really quite drained afterwards. And I wasn't actually aware of this because I didn't actually have a massage until very recently, and I felt absolutely drained afterwards, and I got told that it was because all the toxins were coming out, which was great. So the key message is here that it's not unusual to have a healing crisis. Just as we do with our physical symptoms, to have a healing crisis with our emotional symptoms, and when we're releasing those and getting rid of that trauma, is really, really normal, and actually it's actually a good thing. So don't try to think that, oh, like, I remember being in that phase as a client and thinking, oh, I'm going through this and I'm really suffering and I'm having to go through this again and again, and does that mean that what I'm doing is not working, or am I the only client that's going through this? And actually, the more that I've coached people and the more that I've spoken to my own coach, I've realised it's a really, really common and perhaps a really good sign that your coaching is actually being really effective, because you're getting rid of all the stuff that you're hopefully seeking coaching for anyway. So I hope this video has been useful, and I hope that you're having a wonderful week. Sorry I didn't come live yesterday. As you guys know, it was birthday yesterday, so had some plans with the family, and I thought I'd come on live and share this with you today. If you are interested in any more information around this or similar topics, please do message me and ask to request my group link, because there's loads of stuff that goes in there, and I come live in there quite a lot sharing this information. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I keep getting called on WhatsApp. So there's a few call announcements coming. So please watch this space, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye.